Today on TNT Big Show, it is review time. We are going to be reviewing 3,000 Years of Longing and Wednesday. All today on TNT Big Show review time. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Michelle, Lynn Tackett.
And this is Shawn.
Welcome to TNT Big Show, and if you like our content, please hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell to keep update with all our latest videos. If you want to help with the algorithm, watch the whole video, thumbs up, leave a comment, tell us what you think, just be nice, save it to a playlist, share it to social media. 2022 was a good year for movies, if you ask me. I really liked a lot of movies. Some you would expect, like Avatar: The Way of Water, and Everything Everywhere All at Once. But sometimes a movie just comes out of nowhere and hits me really good, and I like it. And that would be 3,000 Years of Longing. Directed by the legendary George Miller. This movie is unlike anything you've ever seen when it comes to visuals and the way it's filmed. It's kind of a cross between Everything Everywhere All at Once and My Dinner with Andre. That's what this is like. Give you an idea. And it stars Idris Elba as the genie. He plays the Jinn, or aka the Genie. And Tilda Swinton, haven't seen her in a while, good to see her back. In 3,000 Years of Longing, we meet today Dr. Athia Benny, who goes on vacation, needs a little time to herself. She thinks she's seeing some things, and she comes upon this mysterious item that she accidentally rubs too much, and out pops a genie, but not a genie like you've ever seen before.
Exactly.
And the genie is played with reserved calm and nuanced performance by Idris Elba, one of our most underrated actors of this generation.
Yes.
In the movie, when Dr. Athia finds the genie, he tries everywhere in the world to make her want to make a wish. But she's hesitant because she's seen how it's turned out. Right there is already smart writing. Instead of acting like these characters have never seen a movie about genies before and stuff. Oh, well, the good doctor, she's like, oh, no. I've always seen these backfire.
Yeah.
And she don't want to just jump in blindly.
Right.
He tells her stories about his past and how he's ended up where he is.
And she doesn't make the wishes.
Right. All the way back for the Middle Ages. And he's a fascinating storyteller.
Oh, he is.
Just like My Dinner with Andre, if Idris Elba had not been a good storyteller, the movie would have fell apart.
Well, and you also have to mention, Michelle, the majority of this movie takes place just the two of them sitting in a hotel room.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking,
Yeah.
And some people may not like the fact that it turns into a love story, but I don't care. I found it fascinating.
Well, I love it. It's one of the best love stories I've seen in quite some time.
Absolutely.
It just is.
The visuals are unlike anything I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
It has adult dialogue.
Yep.
It treats its characters with intelligence.
If you go into this movie thinking you're going to see another live-action version of Aladdin, you will be sorely disappointed. Don't go into the movie thinking that. Oh, they're going to make wild wishes, everything's going to go crazy, and no, that's not what this movie is about. It's just not.
And I like the fact that they actually give rules and logic and stuff, like can't wish anything and
like
stuff.
Immortality.
Right.
Or anything like that.
Are limits to what can be wished on, and I really like that nice little touch.
Yeah.
Just because I wasn't a huge fan of Mad Max Fury Road, I'm a fan of George Miller.
Yeah.
The guy is a genius.
Yeah, he is. And thank goodness this is finding people on streaming and home video.
Yeah.
Wasn't a hit at the box office, unfortunately, but thankfully, people are rediscovering it, and I, for one, couldn't be happier.
The screenplay doesn't go where you think it will.
No.
I love the second half myself. Some people were mixed on it because it turned into a love story. But it didn't let up, though, on its wild imagination.
Or its premise.
Right. And it has an ending that I think is kind of unpredictable.
Yeah.
But very, very wonderful.
Yes. If you wanted a great Valentine's Day movie, this is it.
Easily. This is one of the best Valentine movies you can watch.
The thing I loved about it the most, unlike a lot of these genie movies where there are genies there, people want power, money, fame. They'd use the typical stuff, and everything like that. She only wanted...
Let's not tell people, but...
Yeah.
There's one thing she wanted.
And it was very, 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 very non-selfish. I'll just say the wish was not for her. That's all I'll say. It's nice to see a person who wasn't only thinking of themselves. Or,
right.
Who was thinking like, I want all the money in the world. Tropes where it backfires and everything. I'm so glad they didn't go down that road with this movie.
The screenplay is smart.
Yep.
It doesn't treat the audience like they're a bunch of idiots.
Nope.
It doesn't talk down to them like it has to explain everything.
Exactly.
You get to make up your own mind in some situations.
Exactly.
And I love that. The second the movie started until the end, you could ask Shawn, we were watching it together, my mouth was open.
Yeah.
I could not put it back in my mouth, and there's only very few movies that have ever done that to me.
Yeah.
Including, of course, anything that Jim Cameron's done.
Yeah.
Star Wars, My Dinner with Andre, movies like that, to me, they're perfect.
Yeah.
Or as close to perfect as you can get.
Yeah.
The only flaw I can really find is they eventually have to end.
And yeah, it's that great. This is a movie for mature people.
It is.
And you're like, well, what do you mean by that, Shawn? You have to be an adult to enjoy this movie. Because there is a scene in the movie. I know it may disturb the inner childhood of adolescent grown people who are very immature about overweight people.
Yeah. To me, I thought it was refreshing and stuff.
Yeah. But back in those days, women with a lot of weight on them were considered very attractive.
Yeah.
Now, all this fat shame. Look what they did to poor Brandon Fraser over the movie Whale. If you're immature, don't watch this movie. This movie's not for you. If you have a problem with body image and stuff, just don't watch it. If you're a mature, grown-up adult person who likes an adult story, you will love this movie.
Absolutely. And Tilda Swinton is very good, very empathetic, but very intelligent.
Yeah.
And she has a quirky sense of humor. I like how George Miller writes women.
Yes.
He writes women like they're full-dimensional characters who have their own opinions, who have their own thoughts. I
agree with you so much, Michelle. I so agree with you.
And the people who like this movie agree with us that there's nothing quite like this movie.
No, it's refreshing that we got this and Everything Everywhere all at once, all in Way of Water, all in 1 year.
And I'm going to be straight with you, Chief. I knew I was going to like this movie. I did, because I like George Miller and I like wacky movies. This is going to be in my top 20 favorite movies of all time.
And that makes me happy, because it's already in mine.
It's spectacular. Yeah. Now we're on to Wednesday, and I'm just going to say this. I did not think I would like this show.
No. Because honestly, I hated the first episode.
Yeah.
I hated it. I didn't like it at all.
Yeah, and I thought, God, this is going to be such a disaster.
I thought Tim Burton joined that long line of directors who lost their touch.
Yep.
Pleasantly or fool.
It really starts growing on you. Let's get into the gist of it. Wednesday is from Tim Burton, Alfred Goh, Miles Miller, and it stars the absolutely spectacular Jenna Ortega as, of course, Wednesday, and Emma Myers as the absolutely huggable, adorable, and wonderful Enid Sinclair. You might have gotten the impression that I like her. But Wednesday starts out with, Wednesday trying to get revenge for her brother Pugsley, who's being bullied. So Wednesday does what any sane sister would do. She sticks a bunch of piranhas on people.
Throws them in the school swimming pool.
She gets sent away to Nevermore Academy, where Morticia and Gomez tell her, like, hey, please don't try to kill people here.
Yeah.
And that's a nod to the 90s remake, which, no offense, I did not like the 90s remake.
Those movies were terrible.
Right, but I love the actress, though. Christina Ricci, who played Wednesday. Now she plays Marilyn Thornhill. She is so good in the show. Wednesday is almost killed in the first episode, and it becomes this big mystery where they add layers on. Gomez and Morticia have something to do with it. Why was this happening? And was there somebody else behind what was really going on? Some of the characters who you think are going to obviously be the villain aren't. And I like that. It leads up to a very well executed ending. The ending shows Wednesday grows so much as a character. Whereas, to be honest, I did not like her at first. By the end, when her and Enid really show their friendship, you're in tears. That is good writing.
Yeah.
And it told you that it was going to be back for a second season.
Thank goodness it got renewed.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
I am so happy about that. This is Tim Burton right in the wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Gothic, kooky, weird Tim Burton.
It's glad to have him back.
Yeah.
The only flaw for me is I can't get into Gomez and Morticia.
Right.
I just cannot get into their characters. The first episode, I hated them. And they just seemed more to be of an annoyance as the episode went on. Whenever they were on the screen, I cringed. I was just like, just focus on Wednesday. Just focus on Wednesday. No one else. I thought I would hate Uncle Fester, but you know what? He actually seemed like the 60s show.
Not a caricature of the 60s show.
Right.
An actual representation and intelligent.
Right. Gomez and Morticia, they seem more relatable to the comics, and I never liked the comics or the cartoons. Remember how I was with the CGI He-Man?
Yeah.
I gave it a 6 out of 10. I did not like it, but then I ended up loving it and the character. Maybe this will be this way too.
Oh, you love Wednesday though.
I love Wednesday. I love the majority of the other characters. There's just something that gnaws at me about Gomez or Morticia. They just get on my nerves. Maybe second season will grow on me.
And there's a love triangle that has some depth into it.
Yeah, I'm not down in the show for it. I'm not going to hold it against the show, but I hope they do more with Gomez or Morticia than to just make them like this kind of comedy. I hope they add more depth to them.
Yeah. Wednesday becomes such a complex character by the end of the show.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And the way Thing is done, very well done. It could have came off as stupid and corny, but it doesn't. Go ahead.
And there are other great characters in the show, too, like
Eugene,
there we go. I don't know why I was thinking of Elwood. But Eugene was a great, he was one of my favorite characters in the show.
Oh, yeah.
I really liked him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love the Gothic setting. It's got its own little mythology with the werewolves and vampires and how they work and everything. They took the Queen Bee character of Bianca. I actually thought she really grew by the end of the season.
She did.
Yeah.
She did.
Again, that's great writing. And I also like the fact of how they did the therapist sessions and stuff. Because sometimes people are just like, God, I'm wasting my time going to therapy and stuff. And like I said, even the so-called mean kids get their depth and stuff. And they're not cartoons. They're actually real people. And some people are like, oh, well, this just seems like a WB. No, this is much more intelligent than your typical
WB.
Teenage WB show.
This ain't Dawson's Creek.
No, this is a very intelligent, very fun. This has some really funny jokes in it. And it also has some just absolutely great atmosphere. It builds on a mythology, and I cannot wait to see where it goes from here. What I want to see next year in season 2, there are some characters like Gomez and Morticia, as Shawn said, they really need to make them better.
They do.
Because the best thing about the original Addams Family was Gomez and Morticia.
Yeah, exactly.
Now in Wednesday, they're the worst thing about it.
I know.
And I love Catherine Zeta-Jones. She's finally acting some again. I should be happy, but instead I'm like, Lord, sweet Jesus, help me. I love this show. I love it. I love the actors. They do their job. The directing is very methodical. I love how the atmosphere, it looks like Sleepy Hollow.
Oh, that's another thing, I was thinking of. It reminded me a lot of Sleepy Hollow, too.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
We're not criticizing it for
it. Because Sleepy Hollow is one of my favorite Tim Burton movies. And I think Jenna Ortega should win an Emmy or something for her performance as Wednesday. Wow. And don't overlook Emma Myers, who's a breakout star.
Exactly.
She is just the cutest character since Willow Rosenberg. And it doesn't come off as annoying. Hey, I like cute characters, but I'm just saying some people are just like, they overdo it. With Enid, nobody hardly thinks that. They just think she's adorable and wholesome and funny and a good, loyal friend. So I like that. I like the fact that, yes, this is like the new Buffy because you have the Scooby Gang and you have the high school, college, whatever it is, where a lot of crazy stuff happens. I cannot wait to see where it goes. I, Michelle, Lynn Tackett, give Wednesday a 10 out of 10.
I give it a 9 out of 10. I want to give it that 10. It is just Gomez and Morticia just kind of...
I understand.
Like I said, I still love the show.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic. You can ask Michelle. I totally turned around on the He-Man. It went from a 6 out of 10 to a 10 out of 10.
Yep.
I love the show now. I hope they do more with Gomez and Morticia besides making them one-liner jokes.
Yeah. Yep. Let's do that, and the show will be pretty much near perfection.
Okay. Yep.
So that's our reviews, and in the future, Shawn and I are going to start reviewing books, albums, and games, more games and stuff. If you want to, if there's a book or whatever, any art or entertainment, leave a comment below. Make a suggestion. You never know.
Kind of a warning out there. We'll try to do what we can. We can't promise anything. Because if you want us to rate something on Apple TV, you can't do it because we don't have those. Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, so if it's in our ability to rate it, we'll try to rate it.
Yeah, we have Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Hulu, and Disney Plus.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Well, and we have Tubi.
Yeah, Tubi's free.
Tubi's free. If you want to have watch something, one of the free ones, hey, we're more than happy to do that.
Yep. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and we're going to start doing weekly reviews, so that way, we can review more stuff. We hope you enjoyed the video, and we will see you next time. This is me, Michelle and Tackett.
And this is Shawn. Have a good one, everybody.
Thank you all for enjoying the video, and thanks to our Patreons for supporting us. You guys help make this video possible, and you can also join our Patreon if you want for as little as $1 a month. You can get things like Jack's Joke of the Week, which will be up later today. You can also join our Reddit, which is TNTEgames, and you can also join our Discord, which is TNTBigShow-3665. And that's not all. We have an Instagram, we have TikTok, and we have a WordPress blog. Thank you all for supporting us so much, and have a wonderful day.